No, if you guys go back and look back, this, in Evan and I's opinion at least, there's never been a raid race that has had this many moments where literally we just couldn't see the health bar. I've never seen anything this close of all the raid races in the history of all of them.
Yeah, this is
like it's not even close.
Literally,
this is not close.
Like maybe not like necessarily from first to second the closest, but in terms of the actual,
I'm talking
the
about
actual meat and potatoes.
The results
of the
might
raid,
not reflect it.
This was the closest raid we have ever seen. I don't even think there's nothing.
There's nothing comparable. It'll be.
Guys, I gotta say across the board, are we not entertained?
Yeah, are you guys?
Are we not entertained?
I mean, what else? I mean, this is what it's all about. This is literally the epitome of what it means for a raid race, man. Oh man, hope you guys are enjoying everything, man.
I really hope you guys are enjoying things.
Holy hell, what a raid race. Bungie absolutely cooked with the latest contest raid in the Desert Perpetual. The raid is a 4-boss gauntlet, and you could do the first 3 bosses in any order. And after a long and grueling race spanning close to 16 hours, Team Nuts came out on top. Say their damn name, Bungie, you cowards.
Yes! And there it is.
Wait,
What is that? Is that something?
What?
What is that? Evan, there's something else. That is a part of being counter, Evan.
CB, there's something else.
Evan, they don't know what to do. Evan, they don't know what to do.
Are you shooting the eyeball? What do you do?
They don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, did they get it? Did they get it?
Wait.
I think they got it. CB, I think they got it.
What happened? Was that part of it? Did they do damage?
CB, I think they got it.
What happened?
CB, I think they got it.
Wait.
They did it!
We fucking did it, baby!
Oh my
Let's
God.
go! Yeah!
Oh my
Yeah! We fucking did it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I just woke the whole house up! I just woke the whole house up! I can fuck you guys, dude!
A snazzy
oh my god,
pop-up
my
too,
body
remember?
knows!
Please, right back, please.
Oh my god! I'm gonna pass out, bro! No!
I'm shaking so fucking hard.
Oh my fucking god!
Listen to that emotion.
Just listen.
Mods get a clip. Mods get a clip. Mods get a clip.
Where the fuck is this child?
Let's fucking go!
Mods get a clip.
Fucking go! Yeah!
Let's go! How the fuck do I get
Let's go!
Yes!
Holy
Oh my
cow.
god! Oh my god!
Let's go!
Wow.
Let's go!
The first team to make it was the first team to clear.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So I just want to congratulate every member of the team on a well-fought race. Melito, Enskyria, Silken, Mitch, Dabs, and the defending champion, Ham, who was dropped by Team Parabellum after their world's first Salvation's Edge win, just to go on to claim another belt with some solo gods. Speaking of solo gods, I gotta shout out Dabs, or who you may know as the Snazzy Rock on YouTube. I first came across his content back when Root of Nightmares released, and the dude soloed Skizzen while on contest mode. He also did some duo challenges on contest, and say what you want about the difficulty of Root of Nightmares contest, but soloing a freaking raid encounter while on contest is a feat for the ages. And this absolute mad lad has gone on a generational run since, finding the most obscure and insane strats to solo anything that can be soloed in a raid. He was world's first to solo Master Caretaker, the first to solo Oryx the Taken King in D2. He has set world record solo speedruns in dungeons. He was the first to solo Deepstone Crypt. The guy is an absolute gamer, and he has the best reactions whenever he completes one of his insane challenges. His joy and passion is simply infectious. And speaking of gamers, I also want to give a shout out to Bog on My Dog, another goat in his own right. I first came across his content with Ghost of the Deep when he soloed two-phase Samuma, the final boss. He was also the first player to solo The Witness, which was a tight race between him and Snazzy. The guy is as cracked as they come, and he was a scout for this team. I don't know if he gets a belt because he wasn't officially playing, but I think he's just as deserving. As these raid races get more and more difficult and the stakes are higher and higher, scouts play a pivotal role for their team, so shout out to him. As for me, I wasn't even planning on watching the day 1 raid, but then I remembered it is stuff like contest mode that I actually enjoy about Destiny 2, so I decided to check in. And I've been attempting day 1 since Crown of Sorrow, so I actually never got to partake in watching a world's first race. I was as casual as they come in D1, so I just didn't know that they were a thing, and even with Last Wish, I just didn't watch any Twitch or anything back then. I was simply unaware of what a big deal world's first raid races were, so this was my first time ever spectating. I was always either competing or just unaware of them. And I gotta say, holy cow, what an enjoyable experience. Evan F and CB Gray totally crushed it. They are absolutely amazing. They were high energy for the entire nearly 20-hour stream. I don't think they even sat down during it, and all they had to eat was a piece of cake through the whole stream. Happy 28th birthday, Evan.
Make sure they have ammo.
Okay.
You can't afford a death. We are seeing final stand here in just a moment, Evan. There we go, and they're gonna switch to shoot the loot. No, Lord of Wolves is out. Okay, we heard a death.
No. Left
Full
side,
screen.
left side, the
Full
right.
screen dead. Full screen dead.
Full screen
Just wait. Could this be their moment, Evan?
This could be their moment.
Could it be their moment?
Come on, Indebted.
Could it be
Come
their
on,
moment?
Indebted.
Do they get ammo? What do they elect to do?
They have
pull
final.
out. They have sniper out. The Thunder
Come
Patch
on.
goes out.
Come on.
They throw the nade.
Come
Lord of
on.
Wolves. Here we go.
Come on,
It's so much damage. They keep going. It's so tight. Here we go. Another Thunder Crash. Sniper's out. It's so close. Get something.
so close.
Shoot anything.
It is so close.
Anything.
Literally
Please.
anything.
Shoot.
Literally
No.
anything.
No.
No way. Are you serious?
But yeah, those guys absolutely crushed it. I had about 15 to 20 tabs open on Twitch on my own and was bouncing from stream to stream, but I would have their audio on in the background for a lot of it, and they did a great job keeping on top of who was getting close to clearing an encounter. They even introduced me to a couple teams I'd never heard of once teams were on the final boss. They did an absolutely exceptional job. And now I also have to give props to Bungie. We will have another discussion in another video about the bugs in the raid or Tyrax getting error coded before final DPS phases and stuff. That is still really annoying and disheartening for the teams competing, but let's give some props to Bungie on the raid that they put together. First, with Evan and CB, they started casting it just from their house out of love and passion for the event. I fucking love that. Truly, Destiny has one of the most passionate fan bases out there, and it's so cool how it just started out of pure passion and love for the raid race. But props to Bungie for making it into something bigger and really leaning into the event and supporting Evan and CB. Next, let's talk about the raid itself. So fucking cool. I didn't play because, again, I have my own issues with Bungie, so I don't own the expansion, but I gotta say, the raid is enticing as hell. I love the fact that you can choose your own adventure. You can do the first 3 bosses in any order you like, and it's going to make for some really fun to watch speedruns. The traversal is also wild. The jumping puzzles look super challenging to navigate, so I imagine flawless runs are going to be a bitch. I'm a known Vex hater as I rank them dead last on my tier list for enemy factions, but damn if these bosses weren't pretty cool. You have a Hydra, Hobgoblin, and Wyvern as your 3 bosses, and the final boss is a Harpy. Huge props to Bungie for making an all-boss encounter raid. Warlord's Ruin is my favorite dungeon in the game in large part because it has 3 bosses, and who doesn't love fighting bosses in Destiny? So to have a raid that is all bosses is pretty novel and neat. And now's the part where we talk about contest mode and how bullet spongy these bosses are. There's a ton of discourse online about how they're just bullet sponges and overtuned, and I can totally see both sides of the argument here. Hell, I even said that the final stand on the last boss was just stupid because it borderline felt unfair. You had literally the best players in the world barely able to squeeze out enough damage to hit the damage check, and they're being as optimal as possible. Seeing Special Hero and Tides come within a half second of killing the final boss and then not getting it done was heartbreaking. And I've seen players like Special and Sutek and Vendetta one-phase ultimatum mode dungeon bosses and make it look easy. These guys know how to do the max damage possible. But Bungie also disabled certain mods and exotics for the raid, which would have made the damage checks much easier. But knowing how insanely skilled these guys are, that is why I said that the final stand was borderline unfair. Because at the time, I just wasn't sure if it was even possible to hit that damage check. But like the Destiny community always does, they found a way. And now with the power of hindsight and knowing at least 20 teams have cleared while I'm writing this script, it was clearly tuned just right. I still stand by the fact that I don't think the Bungie developers could clear these damage checks, but I would love to be proven wrong. But yeah, now that some teams have cleared, I do think the DPS checks are pretty much perfect. I've done Contest Rulk and Contest Challenge Mode Crota and War Priest. I know how tight those damage checks are, and it's a satisfying as hell feeling when you overcome that challenge. It requires near perfect optimization. Your debuff guy has to also be able to output supplemental damage. Your DPS guys have to be perfect with their damage rotations. Any mechanics during damage have to be done quickly and optimally, all while trying to deal damage at the same time. You have to start damage the second the boss spawns and go to the second the damage phase ends. Every last bit of damage matters. I saw Datto wipe on the Hydra when it had 0 health, and it took them at least 2 hours to clear it after that.
Something anarchy, please! Anything, anything!
Pull again.
Die.
You know exactly that.
Has there been?
Yeah, everyone add all this up.
Has there been? Hold on, I'm gonna go grab him. I gotta get him out of the. Bibi, you gotta move, man.
One.
I saw Special literally be within 1 damage of killing.
It is so close. That is so
It's
close.
so close!
That is so close.
It's
That
so
is
close!
Adams.
Did I get it? No! Wait, Evan, no, wait, no!
It looked like the health bar was going to disappear and then it went immune. When I say every bit of damage mattered, it's true. 10 more to the weapon stat or super stat, and maybe we're talking about Team Indebted being world's first. And to go back to challenge mode Crota for a second, I saw Gigs and Dabs and a couple others beat him on contests with only 4 players, even though I know my team and I needed every bit of damage to squeeze out a victory with 6 players. But that tells me that even though it was very difficult, it had some forgiveness.
Well, just focus, focus.
Look at this.
Where?
No way. Teleported. Go.
Here's a healing nade.
Kill.
We got
it.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Video game. What the fuck was that?
Oh my god.
Holy shit, dude.
Christ.
With the final boss in Desert Perpetual, you needed 6 Dabs level players to get the clear. Truly, only the best of the best are going to overcome this raid on contest. And call me an elitist, but I think that's how it should be. And let me tell you, when it's tuned like that, it makes for a super compelling viewer experience. And that is what I and so many others love about contest mode content. It makes the grinding you do all year worth it. You need that little bit of extra damage that a perfect god roll provides. Don't have impact casing on your Hez and Vengeance? Get a different one. I know you can craft it, but I'm just saying, every bit made a difference. Hell, a reload mod could make all the difference for that extra bit of DPS, or a dexterity mod for a slightly quicker swap. I know Special and others were farming super and weapon statted armor from Master Grasp of Avarice at the end of episode Heresy, and that prep and dedication is what makes the difference on a day 1 raid. Like I said, it is all those little things that make it worth it for 1 day a year. And the top teams echoed this sentiment. Special said it was the best contest raid that they've ever released. ATP and Salta Grepo felt the same, as did many other top players. I know a lot of teams felt the damage checks were too hard, and let me be clear, they are absolutely brutal, but at the same time, they are fair. They just demand perfection. ATP's team absolutely cooked the final boss on one of their attempts. Most teams would be around the K after 2 phases of damage, and they were well past that. It goes to show that it is possible to output insane damage if you are super on point. But that's the point. The game required you to do so. And again, we can have a debate about menu gameplay and having to have like 4 loadout swaps per boss, but the point is, those tools are in the game and you were forced to use them. If you weren't, then these insanely cracked teams would have rolled over every boss. And we actually have proof of this now. I know so much of the community wants a permanent contest mode, but I've always been against that. And the Sundered Doctrine contest dungeon showed us why. They had a makeup weekend for people because Sony had an outage the weekend of the dungeon release, so PlayStation folks couldn't play. Once the strats were figured out, people were absolutely smoking that dungeon on contest. Contest is special, and it should remain a limited time event to hold on to the magic and mystique that we get to experience only once or twice a year. Because yesterday was truly a special event. Hell, the Edge of Fate expansion even hit an all-time high on Steam charts on Saturday rather than on release on Tuesday. People get hyped as hell for this, and contest day 1 raids are truly special. So thank you Bungie for creating such a memorable experience for everyone involved. But back to the strats being figured out, I'm sure by the time that this video goes live, the likes of Salta Grepo and others who have cleared already will be running it back on contest and deleting the bosses. They know the mechanics now, and the community is amazing at optimizing the hell out of everything, so I can't wait to see some of the damage they do on day 2. When just 24 hours ago, a lot of people were questioning if these health pools were legitimately bugged. And then come Monday, get ready for some insane boss melts on normal mode. In the interview with Team Nuts, they said that they loved that it was all boss fights, because that is what their team lives for. They love to optimize boss damage.
Damage, was that the big thing for you guys?
So I listen, again, if anyone disagrees, feel free to chime in, but I think I speak for everyone when I say that we love damage encounters. We love boss encounters, and the idea of a raid having 4 bosses that are all extremely steep DPS checks is like so fun to us, because that's literally what we put all of our crafting time into.
Right.
And like, I literally made a joke going into this raid. I was like, guys, we are John long damage phase. Like, if there is a 1.5 long damage phase, like, we're just winning. And guess what happened?
Yeah, I mean, we
I think this raid was awesome.
They're all solo players who came together to conquer the raid, and they said that experience and knowledge mattered so much. And it truly does. I have long said that the true skill gap in Destiny is knowledge. You don't solo master Caretaker without being absolutely on point with damage. All that practice prepared them for that moment. I'm not on their level, not even close, but I can relate to what they're saying. My channel was built around soloing content and teaching people how to solo content. And the world's first team said that the knowledge is super important and super underrated. So when you had all these tight DPS checks, they knew exactly what strats to use to overcome the bosses, because they have theory crafted on these things for years.
The answer to your question directly is yes. The solos made a huge difference. And the reason is, like Mitch just hit on it, like people definitely pushed us to the side because it's 6 solo players. Like, what are they going to do? They're like John time sink. Like, they just do stuff because they put time into it, right?
Right.
The thing that people don't realize is that solos in this game are... They give you game knowledge to a degree that nothing else in this game does.
Right.
And the skill in this game comes down to like 90% game knowledge. So when you're in a solo and you're doing it, or you're cooking it even more, you are thinking about and like considering so many different sandbox aspects to make it work and to make it the best thing it can be, that like when you go into a raid, you just have all that in the knowledge banks. Like,
right.
I think game knowledge is a very, very underrated skill among people that aren't like in world's first, like racing teams. But it is an insane skill, and solos help you develop it like no other.
Yes, Snazzy is the GOAT at getting the challenges done, but all these dedicated members of the community theorycraft together in the Lowman server, and you can see the years of dedication pay off in a world's first raid for them today, because they have been honing their craft for years and they were prepared for a dogfight. And speaking of a dogfight, this is what made this race so exciting to watch. There was one moment where 3 of the top teams were all going into final damage phase roughly at the same time. Any team could have pulled out a world's first. It just came down to who could execute. Hell, I think Team Indebted wound up clearing within 10 or 20 minutes of Team Nuts. But I was watching the whole way through, and Indebted easily could have cleared on a number of pulls before that. It made for absolute cinema while spectating. You knew every team was good enough to do it, it was just a matter of the stars aligning. There were so many close moments before Team Nuts finally got over the hump, and even then there was a wipe mechanic that could have ruined it. To be watching it on stream live and not knowing if now was the time a team was going to get it done just made it such a fun thing to spectate. Again, I had no intention of even watching the raid race. I had went for a run that morning and made lunch, and then I was going to work on other videos, and then I was like, hell, I've never been a viewer, maybe I should just check this out. Fast forward 10 hours, I was upstairs telling my girlfriend to go to sleep without me, and I was going to stay up till the end. And then when it was over, I stuck around for the interview with Team Nuts and to watch a couple other teams clear, and then I went on Twitter to talk about the raid race afterwards. So all in all, I watched for about 16 hours, but it sure didn't feel like it. It was enjoyable from start to finish. I've participated in these races as well, even finishing top 60 for Vesper's host, but I was never a true competitor for a raid race, but I always found it fun to compete and get the emblem. However, I truly think I actually enjoyed watching more than participating. Lord knows it was a lot less exhausting. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video and talk about what a wonderful experience the raid race was as a fan of the game. Again, I'm no fan of Bungie anymore, but I still do clearly love the game. And as I always do, I just make content I want to make. And today, I felt like talking about my amazing experience of watching the Day 1 raid and thank everyone involved. From the casters, CB Gray and Evan F, to the teams, and most importantly, to Bungie, for fostering this community and making a damn good contest mode raid. Raids and dungeons are peak Destiny, and this proved it. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for a wonderful experience. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts on the Day 1 raid, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.